Whoa! It's the Illusion reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth with my sidekick, Baby Owl. So, you know, part of my thing when I make these videos, I always talk about how lines can be used, like when you're waiting in line, like lines. They can be used as times to meditate and let go and be in the now and just allow yourself to be free of what a line is. You know, a line is waiting, essentially. And waiting is the concept of I'm trying to get somewhere in the future, right? So I try to do the whole thing with lines where I'm just in the now, man. I use it as my time to like connect. And I made a bunch of videos about waiting in line and how you can use this to your advantage. So today I had to go to the bank, right, to pull out some cash. And so I'm waiting in line, right? And it's a long line at the bank. It's not even lunch, it's like 10:30. So I'm waiting in line, and it's a long line. But whatever, man, I got Baby Owl. I'm doing my like meditate thing, man. Like, but I'm sort of like, wow, this is ridiculous. They only, you know, there's 15 teller windows and only 2 of them are open, and you know how it is. And so I'm doing the thing, man. I'm in the zone. So I'm in there about 5-6 minutes, and all of a sudden this dude walks into the back of the line. And I see one of the extra guys behind the counters come around to the back of the line and go, hey, blah, 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 blah. You can go out and do that at the ATM, right? And I'm sort of tripping then, like, why isn't this guy starting at the front of the line? Because there could be people in front of me that require that same thing. Right? Like lines are all about you start at the beginning and you work your way through, right? It's this weird part of civilization. Lines are the thin veneer of society that we hold on to keep order, right? So it takes forever, man. Al starts losing his mind. I finally get up to the teller. And he's like, oh, you know, you could have withdrawn this much money from the ATM. And I'm like, really? And he's like, well, the ATM has a $500 limit. You could have just gone and done your transaction and then done another one. I've never heard of this before. I thought once you reach your daily limit at the ATM, that was it. So he's like, nah, you could have gone and gotten another $500 out. I'm like, wow, dude, that's news to me. I didn't know that. And I'm like, wow, that would have been nice if the guy who had told me that, your manager or whatever, who's walking around, would have informed me of this. But thank you, teller, for making my life easier in the future. And I'm leaving, and I go, nah. I got to go talk to this manager guy or whatever he was. And I go, look, man. I go up to him like, hey, you know that guy you took out a line a little ways back? He's like, yeah. I go, why did you start at the back of the line? And he's, well, because that's, and I go, no. I go, you know what a line is, right? He's like, yeah. I go, well, it starts at the beginning and it works the way to the end, and we're all waiting to do what we need to do. So we're all waiting in line. But you help the person at the end of the line who came in after me, and he's long gone with this thing. And it turns out, if you had asked me, I could have gone and used the ATM and it would have been long gone. And his whole thing is, well, if I start at the beginning of the line, won't the people that I tell that to in the beginning of the line be mad? And I'm like, no, it's busy, and that's the concept of a line. And if you take anyone out of line to help them get out of here quicker, you're helping everyone behind them in line get out of here quicker. But if you help the last person in line, you've helped nobody but the person who came in last. And this dude will not wrap his head around it. He's like, I understand. And I go, but you don't. And he's like, wouldn't that be unfair to the people? And I'm like, no, dude, because I'm that guy. I'm the guy in the middle of the line that you could have helped. Instead, you helped the dude at the end of the line. Like, that's not what a line is about. Like, I'm like, do you know what a line is? And he's like, yeah, but we don't. And I'm like, dude, like, I might as well have gotten out of line and waited and come to the end of the line when I saw you. It's just this weird thing. Yeah, like, if I had known, I never would have been in line, so bad on me, I guess, right? So now the manager, the official manager, branch manager, whatever, she's like, can I help you? And I'm like, dude, why are you helping people at the back of the line instead of the front of the line? She's like, well, blah, blah, blah. I go, no, but like, the concept of the line. And she's going, and I go, this is an episode of Seinfeld, isn't this? She's like, huh? I go, yeah, this is an episode of Seinfeld where, like, you don't acknowledge there's a line, yet everybody's standing in line, and you're telling me it's okay to help the person who's at the back of the line before the person who's in front of the line. And she's like, blah, 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 blah. And I go, wait a minute. All right. You go to Starbucks? She's like, yeah, I just went there. And I go, okay. You're at Starbucks. You're waiting in line for your coffee because that's half of what happens at Starbucks. Because you got to wait in line sometimes. And so you're in the middle of the line. You're waiting and the barista comes in around the counter and helps the person who just walks in the door. And that person leaves with a cup of coffee and you're still standing in line. I go, how would you feel about that? And this chick has got the balls to look at me and go, well, I would have used the drive-thru. And I go, that does it, man. You want to treat me like an asshole? Give me the next ups. Who do I talk to next in line? And it dawned on me leaving that that's what communism is. That's what socialism is. See, most people think socialism's about helping people. It's really about screwing the people that are in the middle of the line because someone's at the front of the line. Yeah, let's say that the mega rich have cheated and blah, 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 which they obviously have. And so they're at the front of the line. And you got a bunch of people that don't have stuff and are poor and whatever, they're at the back of the line. And then you have all the rest of us middle class. And what socialism does, and communism does, is they basically make everybody in the middle of the line pay for everyone at the back of the line. And the people at the front of the line just to get to go about their business. And I'm beginning to see this more and more in our society where those who have walked in last and showed up late actually get to be first. And those of us who are patiently waiting in line get told that's not how a line works. I'm like outraged. Because I just saw it so plain as day. Is like, if we're not going to use lines how lines are meant to use, then I might as well just push my way to the front of the line, right? Like, I'm a mellow guy. I'm sitting there in the middle of the line waiting my turn like everybody else. Yeah. Did I even need to be in line? No. I mean, that's a whole nother story, but the point of the matter is the whole new thing is to help people at the end of the line because the people that are in the middle of the line will be pissed if you help them first. I like, that was really what they were telling me, like literally. And I go, but I was the guy in the middle of the line. I wouldn't have been pissed to have had, I would have been gone by now. On my way. Not talking to you, saying thank you. Thank you for showing me how to be more efficient with my banking transaction at Bank of America. God, I hate Bank of America, man. But you know, people are all, and I go, they're all bad. All the banks suck, man. And I do the credit union thing, except there isn't one anywhere near me. The banks. The banks are gonna rip off the future of this world, man. No banks at the beach though, right? Not right now. I don't know. Super disappointed about the scene with the line, man. It was straight Seinfeld. I'm still flabbergasted that someone was telling me that they start at the back of the line and that's okay. Heads up, people. It's all beginning to fall apart, man. And on one final note, though, at least I went and said something. I mean, I was in line with another 20 people. Didn't say a word, man. Just took it. And that's the thing, man. You gotta stand up for yourself. You're getting screwed because people aren't using a line right. You're supposed to go say something, man. Not supposed to be a sheeple and bah. You know, I sheepled for a little bit today. And then I realized, nah, dude, I'm not that guy. And I told them too at the teller. I was like, the manager, I go, you know, man, everyone else should be here complaining about this nonsense too, of you helping people at the back of the line instead of people at the front of the line. But you know what? Most people are too afraid to say anything. Not me, man. I ain't buying into the status quo. But you can buy a t-shirt.